Hi, this is Mark with Brown Works, and today I want to do a short video on American Gunsmithing Institute, or you'll see them referred to as AGI. I just got our certificate in the mail. We just completed their certification for law enforcement armorers. And I wanted to give you a little review about the company. So if you're ever looking for courses and videos on different firearms, I'd like to give you my little take on the company and what I got out of it. Now, actually, this course, I actually went through this certification course with my daughter. It was a fun thing to do with my daughter. She's actually in her last year of her master's degree in forensic science, and she's specializing in firearms and tool marking identification. So she more than likely will be working with law enforcement down the road. So we thought this was beneficial to her, and it's a good thing to do with your daughter. And it's if you learn a thing or two, I thought it was all positive. So I want to tell you a little bit about what they have to offer and a little bit about that specific course. They have a lot of individual courses, and the courses are basically geared, basically it says DVD, it's self-paced learning, but they do have resources there where you can call or you can email and get some answers if you have questions. But these individual courses, let me tell you about these. Now, what they do in each course, it's focuses on a specific firearm. Like this one is the Colt 1911. And they first talk a little bit about the history of the firearm. And then they talk about the functionality of the firearm. They have cutaway firearms that they show you how things function, how the barrel system, the lockup, how the connector, disconnector, how the sear engages, how different pieces and parts work inside the firearm. So they explain all that in a lot of detail. And then they go through a complete disassemble. So, and they disassemble, they first show you what's a field strip, what's the basics of taking it down to do basic cleaning, but then they take it all the way down, taking out, all the roll pins, springs, detents, things like that. They tell you, well, which things that you shouldn't take apart. There's certain pieces that should stay together as a unit, but then they show you how to take apart even simple things like like the sights and things like that. They go through cleaning, and then they go through reassemble. And a lot of times as they reassemble, they are also explaining, again, in more detail how things work. And then they talk a little bit about accessories and maybe a little bit of how to hone certain things or to polish things such as like the feed ramp, light areas on the extractor or the sear, but they try not to go into a lot of detail. Their gunsmithing courses go into a lot more detail of repairing parts and making parts for firearms, and a lot more in metalworking and things like that. But the armor courses, it's pretty straightforward. Day-to-day people can benefit from this information, taking apart your own firearm. Now the difference that I found between these videos and what you found on the internet. Well, number one, it's hard to find disassemble and reassemble videos nowadays with things being taken down, and it's hard to find quality videos on certain things. The other thing is, you may not know the person out on the internet who's making this video, what their qualifications are. The qualification of these folks, these are master gunsmiths. This is their job. They've been doing this for decades. They work with law enforcement, and the ones that do work with law enforcement, when they take apart and put back together a firearm, it has to work 100%. So they know all the specifications. So the trustworthiness, I think, with these folks is a little bit higher than just, not knowing qualifications of somebody out on the internet doing a video. They may be, I still get information from those types of videos. Everyday people working on their firearms, there's definite value there. Now, that's an individual course. When you take a certification course, you get a whole set of these, of everything that's combined, and it's multiple firearms. Like law enforcement, they go over a lot of, each course goes over some of the more common firearms that law enforcement uses. The 1911s, the Berettas, the ARs, Smith & Wesson, the M&Ps, different revolvers, H&K, USPs, H&K MP5s, Glock. So that's basically the law enforcement armor course. The test for that was almost 550 questions long. So it is in depth. All the information. They got a lot of information here. I learned a lot about different firearms that I may not have, or even some of the ones I do have. I found new ways of doing things. So very interesting information there. Like I said, they have other certifications, a Glocksmith. They have different appraisal courses, reloading courses, other certifications. And like I said, they have a full set of gunsmithing master classes that go in a lot more detail. And they actually have two different websites. They have a website, AmericanGunsmithingInstitute.net. That, if you go there, you'll find more of their gunsmithing master courses. And then they have AmericanGunsmith.com is where you can get these individual courses and the armor certification courses. So all in all, I think it was worthwhile. But the most thing I got out of it was to enjoy spending time with my daughter, to tell you the truth. So I thank you for watching. We have some other videos coming out on our new products. So if you want to stay in tune on our new releases, please subscribe. And I thank you. So bye for now.